Welcome, everybody. Can we have a motion to open up today's meeting?
So moved.
All right, wonderful, wonderful. We have the minutes in front of you from our last meeting on April 10th. If everybody could just take a look at them and review them. Janet Brule and Rita Hare are excused absences today.
Janet left.
And Janet Roulette, too. We just need a motion to accept the minutes from the meeting of April 10th, 2024. Ready?
I'll make a motion to accept the minutes as presented.
I'll second.
Second? Okay, wonderful. Okay, good. All right, Patrice, I'll turn it over to you for report of bills.
So we paid the regular COA phone, the office phone, office supplies out of our general budget. I paid the van cell phone, the exercise classes, and we bought a new DVD player because our surround sound wasn't connecting properly with our other DVD players. So instead of Jennifer and I paying for Netflix and Amazon constantly to get movies, we get them from the library. For the, I don't know, $70 it costs, it's saving us a lot of money. So we bought that, and that was pretty much it. Nothing else exciting in the spending.
Oh, that's good.
Yep.
Okay. A little change with van drivers now?
Yes, so I'm having real difficulty finding drivers. People that have come in to do it, they go away for the summer. Like, you were looking for the perfect retired person who wants to, work a few hours a day. Most people go away for the summer to their other home. We reached out to the pickleball group, had a little bit of interest in that, but again, they go to Florida in the winter or they go to away in the summer, and could do per diem or don't want to make a commitment, but I can't go by the fly. I have to have somebody really dependable. So I did have a woman that stopped in, and I'm just waiting for her to do her code check and do her paperwork. Very nice woman, and she'll do per diem, but then in the fall and the winter, she'll be able to do more hours. So Sharon is in Florida this week settling out her mother's estate, so Bill's covering the days that were the busiest, so now we're kind of picking and choosing. You know what I mean? He works nights, so I couldn't get him up first thing in the morning to bring people to doctor's appointments at 9 o'clock in the morning, but he's picking them up in the afternoon, and later in the morning. So it's a little bit of a scramble, so we're just kind of doing week by week at this point.
So you have one open position?
I have a a per diem and a full part-time person. Yeah.
So in reality, you'd rather have like two people to.
Yes, hired two. I'd rather have more in the pot than not, because, summer's coming, so like Bill gave me his vacation is in December. His daughter's getting married, he's like, I need this week off in June, this week off in August, you know what I mean? So I have to fill that with those weeks. I don't want the bus to not run. I can just pick and choose, like Wednesday, we only have a couple of people that come on it to go to exercise, and a couple of people that do little different things in town, but that was fine. We didn't really have anybody today except for a couple of people that would come and exercise, so I'm like, no bus on Wednesday, which we can do. But I don't want to take away food shopping or prescription on Friday, and I don't want to take away doc's appointment on Thursday. Tomorrow we have a big event for Mother's Day. So, so I'm really struggling to find a bus driver. I think Jim should come out of retirement, and Jim should be the bus driver.
That requires more patience than I have.
So,
Do you have somebody that can act like a substitute teacher where they could come in for a day and fill in?
No, and this is another problem. They have to be state certified.
Mhm.
And I've had people that are frustrated, actually. I had somebody that drives for a wheelchair service. And I drive a chair van all day long. I'm like, but you have to be certified to do the MARTAP training. You have to have these 4 classes online, and then you have to do the passenger assist so that you can learn how to get somebody in and out. I don't know if they have that at nursing homes, because the person that applied for this works at Salmon and she drove their bus.
No, we're not required.
But we are, maybe because we're a municipality. So the state requires us, they do the training for free, but it can take 6 to 8 weeks depending on what the state schedule is. So when we got the bus in August, everybody was hired in September and October, and they were trained so that we could get the bus on the road in November. And it took a good 7 weeks to do it.
Yeah, now you get somebody who resigns and gives you a couple weeks' notice or whatever.
Then I
You're
need 3
behind the
months for
eight ball
turnaround,
immediately,
yeah.
That's hard.
Yeah, so that's why I'd rather have more people trained.
Absolutely, hire as many as you can get.
Yeah.
Per diem, whatever it takes.
Yeah.
If they're doing it online, why does it take so long?
Because the online classes are actually virtual, which means there's a teacher behind the screen. So
It's live.
it's live, right?
Yeah.
So meaning that they have scheduled time slots and they only do a couple a month. And you have to have 4 of those, so it depends on which couple they're doing. And then they're so booked out, like I couldn't even get somebody in Uxbridge because Uxbridge had a waiting list of 8 people for the passenger assist program because you have to learn how to secure somebody in and out and use the ramp. So Uxbridge was full, so I couldn't even get somebody in there. I said, I'll be a host site. So they were like, as soon as you hire somebody, let me know, pick some dates and we'll get back to you. But it could be June or July before they come in here. And there's only so many people that teach over there, and vacation time's coming and everything else. So the turnaround really is about probably 2 to 3 months once you hire somebody. And I asked, can I get a waiver? Can I have somebody that can, has a clear driving record, who's done the online classes, if one of us is in the van, because we know how to secure somebody, we're all certified, and they said, nope. Nope, I've tried every which way, because, if I had to have a driver that was gonna drive, that was waiting to take all these classes, and Jen and I could hop in the van,
Then you could cover for a
then we
short
could
period of
cover
time,
for a
right?
short period of time, but no, the driver has to be MARTAP certified.
Hmm.
Yeah, ultimate responsibility.
And
So,
that's a state regulation.
state regulation, and like I said, I've tried every way around it, but there isn't one.
Hmm.
Yet the state will allow a school superintendent to bring in somebody off the street as a substitute with little kids if they have to
And
find a live body.
they're allowing kids to stand in buses now because there's not enough bus drivers and there's not enough seats. So, but when it comes to the elderly,
We
we're
can't
protecting
go
them.
down, yeah, we can't go down that road. Okay, all right, statistics, please.
All right, so, I pulled the numbers, because I didn't have a chance last time. So, in the days in range from 1/1/2023 to 12/31/2023, we had 241 days that we were actually open. We served 5,570 people. So on an average, Mondays had like 26 to 27 people, Tuesdays had 29 to 30 people, Wednesdays was about 25 people, Thursdays was maybe 20 people, and Fridays was like 14 to 15 people. So this year, our 86 days in, we're at 2,300. And that counts, yesterday we had 2 people come in after I did the stats. And they had the Sunshine Club meeting, so we're probably a little bit more than that, plus this morning. So on a Monday, we're averaging about 22 people. Tuesdays now 43 people. Wednesdays anywhere from 20 to 21 people, depending on what we have for an activity. Thursdays now 36 to 37 people because we're doing a lot of activities on that day, plus we have the pitch group. And Fridays is anywhere from 12 to 13. So our numbers have like pretty much doubled for every day depending on activities, and our attendance. So even yesterday, we had a small little bingo group that would come in on Tuesdays, and we started with the lunch program, figuring lunch would promote people coming in, as we've talked about, and it has. So yesterday we had a solid 25 people just for the lunch. Doesn't include the people that come in to play bingo, because some people don't do lunch, and a couple of people that were on vacation. So if everybody had been here yesterday, we would have 38 people. So we no longer have the puzzle table that's gone in the conference room, because we need every table now
Tables, yeah.
in here. And the increased demand on the food and the time that it's taking to cook it, I'm going to see, shop for it and cook for it and everything else. I'm gonna see if instead of replacing Jill, who went per diem, if Jennifer and I split some of her office duties, that maybe that position could be somebody that could come in and cook for the Tuesday group and our special occasions. Because we cooked yesterday, we're cooking all day today for our Mother's Day lunch tomorrow. So I was at the grocery store at 7 this morning. And I was at the grocery store until 5 o'clock last night. So I think it's not managing my time, I enjoy it, but it's not managing my time very well because I have other things I have to do.
Would that person you hire to come in as a cook
I would like
have a
somebody,
separate job description as a
Yeah,
cook and
I'm
have to
thinking-
be ServSafe certified and all
yeah,
that?
it would have to be kitchen manager certified, which is through ServSafe, but it's only like a 6-hour class, I think, 7-hour class. And I could work with helping plan the menu, but it would probably have to be somebody who has some background in nutrition. And, you know, be somebody who's willing to do it, you know, every week. I mean, we could fill in here and there, but it's just time, you know.
How many hours a week would that be?
Probably a good,
Could do that.
maybe 5 or 6 hours a week.
Yeah.
Jim, are you soliciting PM to be our chef? Yeah. I
No. Free time.
could. So ideally, yeah, I mean, if somebody was served safe, I'll have to kind of go over it with the town administrator and try to figure it out, not right this second, but moving forward. And it's probably gonna have to be put in our budget. I mean, you can't really sustain a senior center without having a food program, right? People come here for nutrition, they come here for socialization, food brings people in, as we all know. And we want to be able to offer that, not a Meals on Wheels program, we don't have to reinvent that, but just being able to offer food here and take the burden of it off of the administrative staff, because there's not enough hours in a day. So,
Was
Was
there
that
something
first?
where you getting job description sooner than later? And
Yep.
then maybe talk to Matt, put it on the November town meeting?
yeah, that would be a good idea, yeah, yeah.
Would that person be able to do some of your shopping as well?
Yes, yeah, that would be all inclusive of the job.
Well, I think if you were to develop menus and things like that, you
Yeah.
could almost reach out to a food service company and go that route.
It-
Might be even cheaper,
It's
if
not,
you're gonna have
no.
a standard menu.
Right, if you could have a
I
standard.
don't know what you got for storage here and things
Right,
like that, but.
right, we just have a small little freezer and we don't have a commercial kitchen. So
Yeah.
during COVID, yes, we were using a food vendor, so we had all the dry stock in the conference room, in the middle room here. This was all empty, right, so we could
Yeah.
keep anything here, and we had a huge freezer that's now, was donated, that's now died, so replacing it would be tough, but this, that was a lot of volume, making 150 meals a day as opposed to making probably 50 a week.
Yeah, definitely a
You know.
discussion to have with the town administrator
Yeah.
regarding
Yeah,
so-
what the requirements would be for that.
But we definitely have to do something when it comes to that part of it.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yes.
Are you interested in acquiring another freezer?
I'm just writing that down.
Because, well, he's always on Craigslist.
They still have that?
Oh, yes,
Do
oh,
they?
yes, big time.
I thought it was Facebook Marketplace.
Yeah, me too.
Oh,
Okay, another place to go.
Depending on the size, the
Yeah.
upright one that we had before was pretty good, so I guess we'll kind of see what the town administrator says about food program and then see if we can actually, what we do is we try to keep the meals at $4, right? So that's why I'm going to 4 or 5 different stores.
Yeah.
Like last night I was at Aldi, this morning I was at Price Chopper,
Yeah, that's
yesterday I
not
was at
effi-
Walmart.
That's not efficient though, you know?
It's-
If you're
it's-
gonna end up doing this with menus.
Yeah,
and-
it's not efficient to do it, I know, but I feel bad about the
I know.
cost of lunch. I know that seniors are struggling every which other way. You know what I mean? So
Jeez.
it's,
We could-
Have you
Sunshine Club.
tried the Restaurant Depot, how their prices would compare?
yeah, so we went over it with Jill right before St. Patrick's Day. Yeah, it's not practical for me to go to 5 stores and it's not
Yeah,
gonna be
that's
practical
why
for
I
another
asked,
person.
yeah.
So probably if we're gonna expand it and we're gonna have somebody in the position, we're gonna have to go with a food source. You know, we went with Cisco during COVID, we could go with so we're gonna have to do something, but there's a lot that goes with that. I'm gonna have to set up a revolving account and a lot of other stuff.
So, yeah, there's a lot to go.
Right, a lot to go
Well, you
through.
do have to apply, because the society just got their card for
Yes.
the Restaurant Depot.
Yeah,
It didn't take too long.
yeah.
But we've used that a few times, especially if we need to get any large amount of things.
Right.
You know, either they're, like the stuff I'm giving you today, I'll run up to BJ's. But
Yeah.
if it's a lot, especially if it includes meats and stuff like that,
Mm-hmm.
they've been going down there.
And it's a little bit easier than doing something like Cisco where the food's coming and getting delivered and all that, and you have to have certain amounts, and
Right.
you're always responsible that, you go
Right.
and get it when you need it, and you choose what you want,
Yeah.
or someplace like that.
Perfect.
Okay, wonderful. Well, dishwasher's saving you some money now, huh?
Saving us a ton of money, but taking a ton of time. So after we shop and we cook and we clean up the kitchen, then there's another hour, an hour and a half doing the dishes. So I'm going on vacation in a couple weeks, and then Jennifer will subsequently be on vacation. So we've decided on the days that it's only gonna be one of us here. I have a senior tax work-off coming in to help us on the days that we're serving food, and we'll use paper products on those days. But it definitely is cost-saving.
Yeah.
Because you're talking about tomorrow, I'd be using 50 to 60, probably 80 plates tomorrow.
Yeah.
Right, and they're not cheap.
No.
We
no,
buy them
it's-
we buy them from
yeah.
W. Mason, because that's our contract, so I would say that we'll probably saved $1,000 since we got the dishwasher put in.
No. Paper, styrofoam, it's expensive.
It is, and
It's environmentally
it's right.
unfriendly.
I mean, the coffee cups, just, we've saved thousands on just having regular coffee cups here, and everybody seems to love it. Everybody has their cups, or we
Yeah.
have names on them, then we have regular ones, so
Yeah.
everybody seems to enjoy just having their cup. And if you don't know somebody's name, it's great, because most of them have their names on them. So if somebody takes a sip, you're like, right, that's Carol.
Yeah.
Couldn't be a but that's it.
I still, the pitch crowd, I might know half of their names.
Yeah.
It's better than name tags, huh?
Yeah, right?
Okay. Upcoming events?
So we have our Mother's Day lunch tea party tomorrow. We are having the lunch at BBT on the 16th. The Sunshine Club, we're grateful for them for sponsoring. It was $17.40 a senior for a 3-course meal.
Yeah, you can't beat that.
No, yeah,
But
but
you know it's good food.
Yeah,
it's good
yeah,
food.
yeah.
So, but the Sunshine Club sponsored anything over $12. So the seniors only had to pay $12 for it. We are full. It's 30 people, and it was full instantly. So I'm trying to tell people, keep in mind, sign up by the RSVP dates for things, because we have people calling this week. And I'm like, no, the Sunshine Club has already written out the check. I can't add more people to it. And we were capped at 30 by the
Yeah.
school, so.
Yeah.
We're gonna do a movie on the 23rd. We're gonna be showing the Mr. Rogers movie, I guess was fantastic,
Oh,
with
it's
Tom
really good.
Hanks.
Yeah, I saw
Yep.
it.
It is a good
We're
movie.
gonna be showing that and having some broccoli and chicken Alfredo.
Yum.
And then in June, I reached out to the other directors. We used to meet all the time, the outreach coordinators and the directors, and we haven't. I think we had one meeting since we all got back from COVID, because everybody's just busy and such. And so I'm hosting a directors meeting on June 5th, and I've invited Uxbridge and Northbridge and Sutton and Webster and Oxford and Upton and all the surrounding areas. And I told them to spread the word, because there is a couple of new directors, so they could maybe learn something from some of us
Sure.
older directors. And so I'm gonna do that, and then we have Joseph Early coming out from the state office to do some scam stuff, which is always kind of something you should keep up to date on. We did have somebody that lost $25,000 last month through a scam on their computer, and we have safety things in place in town. They can call the senior center, they can call the police. We're happy to say yay or nay, and the bank. The bank kind of knows everybody, so this particular person, something came up on her computer, and she called the screen, and when she called the screen, they directed her to go to the bank, because you have to close out your accounts, because now your banking information has been compromised. They knew the right questions. Do you do banking online? Do you have any of this? So she went to the bank, and when she went to close out the account, the teller flagged her and said, "Are you sure you want to close out your account?" "Oh, yeah, I need a new roof." So there was number one, is everything okay? Are you sure you want to close out your account? Then went to the second bank and closed out that one. Same thing happened. The teller knew who she was and said, "Oh, why are you closing out your account? Is everything okay?" "Oh, yeah, I need a new roof." Went down to Northbridge or Uxbridge, put it all into Bitcoin, and got a receipt. When she got the receipt, she was instructed to call back the number and give them the receipt number. So the police weren't able to recoup any of her money, because as soon as you do that, your money goes off into the abyss.
Oh, yeah.
They have no idea where it is. It could be in China, could be in Mexico. Yeah, it's gone. So try to encourage everybody. So I did put something in the newsletter this month that said, hey, if you're questioning something, we get stuff all the time. People bring this in. Is this right? This is an RX thing. I'm like, no, that's junk. Going, yep, that's good.
You should maybe have somebody come in and speak to the folks here about
Do.
the cybersecurity.
Yeah.
And a lot of the IT companies have guys that do that.
Yeah, we do multiple times a year. We have the
I know.
scam players that come in, the police have come in, we put it in the newsletter, the police are always putting it on their Facebook, so I just say, you know what, if you have a question, no question is stupid to us. I mean, I
No.
got hoodwinked literally one day when I called, and they said they were outside my house at my pole, and that they needed to switch something over from the electric company, and blah, 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 and I'm like, oh, all right, right? I called back the number, and it was somebody's cell phone. I'm like, I would have literally just given them my information.
Yeah?
Because it was that quick that they were like, hey, this is the electric company, we're outside at pole number 10, right? Guess, they knew my address. but they can find that out because of whatever they hacked.
Yeah.
So when I called over to Eversource, they were like, yeah, no, that's not true.
Yeah, I got a thing popped up on my new laptop the other day, you know, don't close it, don't turn off your computer, don't do this.
Yeah,
Well, I use Onsite in Uxbridge.
yeah,
I called, oh yeah, that's a scam.
shut it down.
This, and I had shut it off even though they said not to.
Yeah.
But what I had to do was push the off button and hold it for 10 seconds.
Yeah.
And then when I turned it back on, they were gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But as soon as I told her.
And it's alarming, right? Because it's
Yeah.
going boo, doo, doo, doo,
Yeah.
yeah.
As soon as I told her what the virus was or the, oh yeah, this is what you gotta do.
Mhm.
It's I was like, oh my God, not again.
Yeah,
I
right.
know.
And it doesn't have,
And it
like you're
said it
like,
was Microsoft.
yeah, yep.
And I got scammed by somebody saying they were Microsoft once before.
Yep.
So I said, you're not getting me again.
No, no, no.
It's scary. And most older people would panic and do whatever.
And that's what happened.
They
That's the
said.
people they prey on.
Yeah, yeah.
Exactly. I mean, they get lists, they know demographics.
Oh, yeah,
Trust me.
Yeah,
yeah.
You know, when you buy a cell phone, the cell phone company sells your telephone number.
yeah.
You know, that's how it works.
Oh, just like when my phone rings, is this Patrice? I'll say, who's calling? I never say yes.
Yeah.
Nope, never gonna say yes.
I
when
don't
go to-
answer ones that I
Don't know.
don't know.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, it's terrible.
It's easier to
I
just
did
call
forget
back
to,
if they
uh,
leave a message, right?
Yeah.
What
Say
else?
also that Representative McKenna is hosting a fishing day again.
Oh,
So we had a great time last year. Jennifer's brother's friend actually provided lunch last year. She was so sweet, she brought everybody a picnic lunch. So we're going to do that this year with a little help from the Sunshine Club, I think. And so we're really excited about it. Everybody had a great time last year, so we figure hopefully it'll be a nice day. She's got the pavilion, she's got the bathroom, so we're not gonna be on the boat ramp this time.
Oh, good.
They'll provide all the bait and all of the fishing poles, and we're gonna provide lunch, and that'll be on the 31st. And if anybody needs a ride, I do believe we are gonna have the bus that day. I just have to triple check it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anything else there?
Nope, that's all I
All
have.
right, so what's up with the parking lot?
Oh my God. So the parking lot did pass on the town meeting. I did speak to Adam about it. Now, of course, the parking lot's gone by the wayside now for another couple of years because it was on capital and then it wasn't enough money and it had to go back to capital and back to town meeting and all of that takes time. So the whole parking lot is gonna have to be ripped down to stone, to dirt, before they can do it. Before, weren't sure if they were going over it actually, but now they're gonna be adding in speed bumps out here, and some other stuff. So I'm not sure if that's going to mean we're gonna be closed for a period of time or not. And if that's the case, I'm gonna see about maybe at least having the exercise classes up at the municipal center, so we
Yeah,
don't miss
there's
that.
logistics involved there.
Yeah, so, and we can work off-site or from home anywhere. So I don't know when that's gonna happen because now he has to go back out to bid.
Yeah, yeah.
And that process takes a little bit, but he'll give us plenty of notice.
Okay.
So, and maybe they'll do it on a weekend, because where we have the post office, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm
They
sure all
might-
the players involved will.
Yeah,
know.
so, that's what's going on in the parking lot, but it has passed, and so now we know that the money's there, and it should be happening hopefully in the next 6 months, probably before the fall of winter.
Will that provide any additional spaces or?
I don't really know how they configure them, right? So I don't know legally how, but I mean, some of these parking spaces are pretty wide that we could maybe get, if we could even domino a few inches from each, or
Yeah,
maybe do
there's
a,
no
maybe do
way
an
to do
angle
that.
or something, there might be a, might be a little bit, but I don't know,
Okay,
yeah. But parking is gonna be an issue even if we gain 2 more spots.
exactly.
We had people parking in front of the propane tank, so, for bingo, because they'll just pull in anywhere because there's nowhere to park. And, so they were parking in front of the propane tank, now they put no parking signs there. But the best part was that somebody actually parked in the middle of the 2 no parking signs. Because there was one here and one here, but not one in the middle.
Oh, yeah,
So it was kinda legit.
that was fine, okay. All
True
right.
story, Pat,
All
true story.
right. Hey, listen, nothing phases me anymore, nor should it anybody else at these tables. Pam, Sunshine Club?
Sure, we had a meeting yesterday, and we have a couple of, we had a very successful Cinco de Mayo party last Friday evening. It was really a good time.
Yeah, so
And we had like 31 people show up, a great DJ we've used before. So we'll probably do that annually. May 24th, we're taking a trip up to Tower Hill. That's gonna be carpooling. We've got about 12 people signed up now. June 14th, we have a fellow coming in from the Department of Environment or whatever, about the last Green Valley over there on the other side of the hill. And he's gonna come in and do an eagle presentation, what's going on over there with eagles. July 11th, tentatively, we have somebody coming in, an author coming in to talk about his book about some scandalous crime in Spencer during the Revolutionary War. But he wanted a little more money than we were willing to vote on, so we'll see if we can get him to come down a little bit in that. So that's tentative. In July, we'd also like to do a tour of the Thimble Islands down off the Connecticut coast around Branford. We did the Narragansett Lighthouse tour last year. That was very well received, so we're going to try another spot this year. In August, we would like to do the senior picnic again at Wallem Lake. We just have to find out who to contact, who's in charge up there now. And in August, we'd like to go back to the Common to do ice cream social with seniors and their grandchildren. And try to find a late afternoon, evening during the week to host that up there. And maybe do a scavenger hunt for the kids, something like that.
That would be fun.
And then we're talking about some fall events. Hannaford has a wellness program for seniors. A self-defense class we're talking about. We have a lady who'll come in and do that. It can be co-ed. And so that's where we stand.
Anytime.
Yeah, they have some great, great ideas.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and they've been well received, but yeah, the Cinco de Mayo party, the Congo line, the limbo, I mean,
I know.
the Virgin Margaritas
Yeah.
for bartender Jim.
That went over fantastic.
I bet.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah, they really let their hair down and had a good time.
That's what it's about. Any other business anybody'd like to bring up today?
Can I ask you a question about the parking lot?
Sure.
If we, the town, spend a lot of money improving the parking lot, how far in the future are we looking at using that? Can we use it for something else if we're lucky enough to move out of here into our own facility?
I would say, well, kind of two-part, right? So I would say this building is always going to be utilized for something.
Yes.
So that being said, the parking would have to go with it, whether
It's
we're here or
town-owned,
not.
right?
The town owns the building, but the post office rents.
So the town will forever own this
Yes.
property until they sell it, so the town
Right.
has first right, whatever they wanna do with
Right,
it,
and
even
it's-
if we left.
It's considered Main Street parking, right? Because there's no
Mhm.
parking lot on Main
Yeah.
Street. So this is considered Main Street parking.
Mhm.
So, yeah, so I would probably say it won't be used for anything else, but
Now, on
I
the,
can't see it being used for anything
Yeah,
else.
there's no guarantee you will use it.
at the town meeting, we talked about spending a lot of money to improve things for the post office. Are we renewing their lease? How often does their lease come up?
So from the way I understand it, I think it's every
I think it's every 3 years.
3 years,
if I'm
but
not mistaken.
in their lease, they have to be able to have the air conditioning, right? So the HVAC has to be done. And there is something about aesthetically painting around the
Yeah.
windows and that kind of stuff. So those are part of their lease, from what I understand. Those are things that are in their contracts, that they're gonna get these things every few years. And it is about every 3 years or so that those windows are painted. Yeah,
Okay.
so, I mean, I can't really speak on it, I've heard through the grapevine, that's kinda how it goes. Yeah, so,
Dick Skinner did bring up at our meeting yesterday, he's waiting this month to hear back from AARP on his grant. I seriously question whether or not it'll get approved or accepted, but what is the anticipated site for a pavilion?
so from what I understand, he had like 5 sites. I think 3 were shot down immediately because they were wetlands. They were around this area and somewhere else. To the left of the pickleball courts up at the town hall.
Mhm.
The only obstruction I think that was there was that's where their dumpster is.
That's where the dumpster.
But then I'm not sure if there wasn't something on the,
There's also on the other side, the playground.
Right.
It isn't being used as a playground.
correct, but it's not easily accessible because that's where the police park. So you couldn't just drive over and go to the pavilion. You'd have to either walk over there or go in through the town hall basement. So I think that's why he was looking towards the left side of the town hall. But I know that those were the two that were kinda
Up there, okay.
up there, but, I mean, I think a pavilion would be really nice to have. I'd love to have a nice pavilion with outdoor seating at our new senior center. Which in the next 9 years, if I retire, may or may not happen. Probably more towards the may not.
Well, the only viable spot really is to
Up
the
there.
left of the
Pickleball.
courts up there.
And it would be nice.
And that would be nice if you had that, because all the people that work in the town hall on a nice day, if
Go out
they
and
wanna
have
go out,
lunch.
have a picnic lunch or something.
Yep,
You know,
It's good.
Webster just put theirs up last year, their pavilion, but they put it at the beach.
yeah,
So unless you're visiting the beach, you can't really use it, and it's not helpful to the town employees.
right. No, I think it would be a good spot for it. There's
Yeah.
parking, Ben Tessino has donated restrooms up there.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'm all for it. I think it would be great to have a outdoor space, even like when you're having your author, if you could have a picnic and you had a nice
Right, right.
space. Or
Mhm.
when we have different stuff like the Penske eggs or anything, it would have been nice to be able to have an outside space.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that worked great when we took the seniors up to Wallem Lake
Mhm.
for the day.
Yeah.
You know, and you had the state reps up there, and you had a nice sheltered spot to sit.
Pavilions are very nice.
Mhm.
Anything else? All right, how about we pick our date for our next meeting?
So we usually take July and August off, so, right, in the summertime. So
Yeah.
June,
So I'm thinking the 12th. That work for everybody?
12, yep, perfect.
The June 12th at 9 AM? That work for everybody? Okay, the next meeting will be June 12th. All right. So, everything is said and done. Can I have a motion to adjourn our meeting today? Second. Wonderful. Thank you, everybody. Appreciate it.